For this question, we need to prove the left side to the right side. My recommendation is to always work in terms of cosine and sine. It just makes it easier to manipulate the equation, and you'll see why moving forward. So the first term we have is cosecant theta. Again, let's try and get that into sine or cosine. When we look at our identity sheet, we see that cosecant theta is equal to 1 over sine theta. So we can make that substitution. 1 over sine theta. Okay? The next term we have is negative cosine theta cotan theta. Well, the cosine is already okay, right? And again, we're trying to get everything in terms of sine or cosine. But the cotan theta, we'll see on the identity sheet what we can use. Well, we see it here. That's equal to cosine theta over sine theta. So we'll make that substitution. Cosine theta over sine theta. Okay. And that's equal to our right side, which is sine theta. Okay. The next step, we can just carry out the multiplication. So we have 1 over sine theta minus cosine squared theta, because cosine multiplied by cosine will give us cosine squared theta, and that's over sine theta. Our right side we're not going to touch right now. Okay, you're going to start to see something develop here, and that's that these two terms are going to have the same denominator. So we can collect like terms and simply rewrite this as 1 minus cosine squared theta, nothing's changed, over sine theta. All we did was clean that up a little bit. And our right side we're not going to touch. So the more and more you do of these, the more you're going to start to recognize these patterns. I don't expect students to know all of the trig identities. That's why we provide the trig identity sheet. But when you see 1 minus cosine squared theta, some alarm should be going off for a very popular, very common identity. I'll show you what that is. It's this one right here. And if we rewrite this, it will be sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. All we did was we moved this cosine squared theta to the right side of the equal sign. And that gives us sine squared theta equals 1 minus cosine squared theta. Okay, so we're going to make that substitution over here, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so we said this would be sine squared theta over sine theta. Now, of course, we can make we can cancel. So we're going to cancel the denominator, cancel the squared. It's going to give us sine theta over 1, which is the same as our right side, which is just sine theta. Our left side equals our right side, and that's our final answer. So, to recap, we always want to get everything in sine and cosine, which is what we did in the very first step. We collected like terms, made a substitution, and this one was pretty simple. Our left side equals our right side in 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay,